Good morning, poppers. Stay back. Thank you. Welcome to Freshly Popped, a daily show examining pop culture headlines so you don't have to. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, and I'm Sequoia Holmes.
And I'm Ryan Graham.
And today we're losing it over the heated Rivalry cast, calling out their fans' toxic behavior and the arrest of the woman who shot at Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's home over the weekend. But first, the first teaser of the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special just dropped.
Kinda crazy.
The girlies are really excited about it. I couldn't find it online because apparently it hasn't really been posted online quite yet. It was only shown on Disney Channel because sure, or like Disney Plus, something like that. And so a fan who caught it, got a moment of it. Can you hear this?
I can. She's so emotional.
It's not important to hear it, but
It's not.
yeah.
I know what you mean.
But it's like a little stuff. It's just Hannah and her parents, Miley and her parents, Miley in this blonde wig. We don't see the rest of the cast, but
I mean, it could be Hannah. It could be Miley. You never know.
It could be. You never know.
I'm just surprised that those two are still talking. Like, after splitting that role, those two actresses, Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus, I just cannot believe that they, I thought they fell out.
I thought that they fell out, child.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see that they're on good terms.
Miley, really had, a moment where she was really trying to, ruin Hannah's career.
She did.
And Hannah was serious. Hannah was, a very serious girl, and Miley just could not. It was, shocking.
It was pretty crazy. Miley was, going on the pole, wow, Hannah. You know what I mean? It was, a lot going on. She was saying she couldn't be tamed. It was a lot.
It was a lot. And so, I'm surprised that they would even be in the same room. I hope that they address that. I hope that when they get to the reunion, they really dive deep into, what brought them back together.
Now, I am happy that Hannah has found the level of blonde that suits her better. Because that really yellow, blonde was not really the best thing. So now the wig is a little bit more low. It has a few more low lights in it. The bangs are a little bit more fringe, a little bit more wispy, not so thick and bangy. You know what I mean?
Chinese bang, is that what they called it? I don't know if that's offensive. I'm sorry if it is. Yeah. Is that what it was? They called it
it wasn't quite, it was never quite like a blunt, but it was too bang. It was too bangy.
Too bangy.
The bang was banging. It was really bang, the bang.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna be honest. I probably will not. I did not Hannah Montana. As a child, they were doing a nationwide search. I auditioned, and then I made it past the next round. I flew out to California as a kid, and
you flew out to California. I didn't know you flew out to California.
To be fair, I was also already doing a thing with my family, but they were like, "Yeah, come meet these people." And
wow,
I realized as an adult, I'm like, oh, when I met with them, it was probably just you made it past one round. Let's talk to people, but you didn't. I in my brain, I thought I made it much further than I did. And
but that's fair. I mean, that's way further than most kids made it for sure. I'm sure they got so many applications.
Of course, it was a nationwide search. It was one of those things where it felt huge, and looking back, I was like, oh, I probably just was out of 100,000 kids, they maybe narrowed it down to thousands, and they were like, talk to this kid for a second, and they were just like, oh yeah, no. So, but in my brain, I took it personal. I was like, this is gonna be my big break.
That's a big deal to me. I don't know what to tell you. Hannah Montana lightly. I did Hannah Montana. What year? I think Hannah Montana came out in 2000. Oh, well, it's the 20th anniversary, so it came out in 2006.
Oh, me, not knowing math.
Child. Okay. It came out in 2006. In 2006, was 11 going on 12. Yes.
Whoa.
In 2006, I was 11 going on 12. And so I did Hannah Montana, but keep in mind, I was a Cheetah Girls down. I was from the school of Raven Simone. So Hannah Montana wasn't quite scratching that itch for me, but I did watch it because I was a Disney Channel kid, especially in that time frame, around 11 years old.
And yeah, I definitely feel like this is when Disney started to get a little bit more kiddie, if that makes sense. It's so hard to tell because we were aging out of it.
Yeah.
At the same time that things generally were changing, because I feel like Raven distinctly was our era, where I'm I love that, and that felt more sitcom-y.
Yes,
it was. This felt a little more kiddie. Yeah.
It was coming of age story. It was supposed to be funny, but Hannah Montana never made me laugh a single time. I was not amused by Hannah Montana, and so I thought my entire cohort of 1994 girlies kind of felt similarly about Hannah Montana. Much to my surprise, I've talked to several friends, and they're like, I love that. And I'm like, oh, you loved Hannah Montana? And they're like, yeah, I loved Hannah Montana. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me see what year the Hannah Montana movie came out.
That had to be like 2010, 2011. Like, I distinctly remember being in high school. Maybe 09.
It came out in 2009. So I was in 9th grade. Means I had to be about 14. I was out. I was so out by the time this came out.
You know what's funny is that, like, I understand how at 14 you feel like you're too old for Disney Channel. But as an adult looking back, I'm like, you were not. Like, that is so squarely, like. It's
squarely the age.
Like, you should be watching Disney Channel.
But I had moved on to watching, I Love New York and like VH1 and MTV. I had moved on. I would also like to say I was 17 watching Victorious. So
you didn't stop.
No, Victorious came out when I was like 16.
Oh.
So I started Victorious.
Oh.
That was a Nickelodeon show.
As an adult.
You know, but by that age, I had realized Disney Channel shows were trying to teach kids something. Sure. And Nickelodeon shows were not trying to teach kids something. They were simply trying to entertain and make you laugh. And that moral at the end of the story for Disney Channel started to feel very corny, forced, and annoying to me. At the age of about 14, I started to be like, all right, I know, don't treat your friends bad. I know, never do a boy over a friend. Like, I get it. Like, and Nickelodeon was like, watch Cat Valentine be a ridiculous airhead for 13 minutes and giggle at her. And it's like, okay, I'll do that.
Isn't that the one who's like, you didn't say, I couldn't say? That's Ariana Grande.
Exactly. That's Ariana Grande as Cat Valentine. I was much too old.
If you were 16 by the time Victorious came out, like, I know what Victorious is, but I never watched it, and now I know why. In my brain, it was the same time as Hannah Montana.
No.
But no, if you were 16 when that came out, I was about to go to college, so of course I didn't watch Victorious. I was like, no, I'm not doing anything on Nickelodeon at this point.
100%.
But I'm excited for this Hannah Montana thing. I think, all the girls are going back to their roots. The Jonas Brothers stay on Disney Channel, like, so they keep coming back there. I wonder if Demi will ever. Well,
she's on Camp Rock.
Oh, she is coming. I don't think she's in it. I know she's producing, right?
I think she makes a tiny camp. I can't remember if that was.
She's not like
like a tiny camp.
No,
she's not.
The Jonas Brothers are like starring.
Yes.
Which is crazy because I'm like, Demi was the lead. They were fully just not. I mean, they were also a part of the plot, but they were more plot devices than they were like the lead. So I wonder how that's going to work without her being the lead.
You know what it's going to be like? They were the people that the camp was based around. So like they were like exactly. So they're like, oh, now this is our camp. Like you're at Camp Star or whatever it is.
It's crazy to me. The Jonas Brothers have never run into a check they don't like.
Period.
Jesus Christ, they stay booked and busy and on tour, but.
With Nicholas, the Virgo, Nick said, get to work. Get to work. If you bring me back into this group and y'all don't want to work, you're going to make me mad.
The first time.
Like, okay, because my wife is essentially a princess. You will not have me looking second rate in my own marriage. Okay?
Gotta make money, babes. Gotta get it.
Get to it. All that dance by the ocean with cake.
That shit's over.
Cut it.
Done. I don't give a fuck.
DNCE, cut it.
We're at the Waffle House now, okay?
It's JONAS at the Waffle House. Thank you very much. Speaking of houses, oh my God.
Yeah.
Rihanna's house was targeted by a shooter named Ivana Lizette Ortiz. Mm-hmm. And here's everything we know about the 35-year-old woman. So just for some backstory, around 1:20 in the afternoon on Sunday, March 8th, officials said shots were fired outside Rihanna's home in Beverly Crest, California. Let's pause right there real quick. Beverly Crest. Beverly Crest. I had to look that up. Beverly Crest is a neighborhood in Los Angeles that is next to Beverly Hills, which is its own city. So Beverly Crest is not its own city, but Beverly Hills is, and Beverly Crest is just a neighborhood in Los Angeles, kind of like in the Beverly Hills Mountains or something. In Beverly Hills, like hills. Actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who knew that? I mean, I get why nationwide they say Beverly Hills because even people here don't know what the fuck Beverly Crest is. But okay, understood. Noted.
Right.
Got it.
So, Rihanna was home at the time of the incident. It remains unclear whether A$AP Rocky and the 3 kids were home as well. The shooter, Ivana Ortiz, used an AR-15 for this. She was later found that same day at the Sherman Oaks Galleria, where she was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. Public records show
Can I pause you right there?
Yes, please.
Sherman Oaks Galleria is mad close. Like she was literally just like at the mall down the street. That's
mad close to you, buddy. Yes, it is. Yep. She was literally at the mall down the street with an AR-15 found in her white Tesla. Yes.
Oh, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So Public records show Ortiz had multiple addresses in Orlando, Florida. Could you have guessed? Of course you could have.
Oh, yeah.
In one social media post, a person using Ortiz's name, so we cannot verify that it's Ortiz, but people think it's Ortiz, posted, quote, "Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future." Whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
According to TMZ.
No, I was just gonna she's had a very strange run. I've seen a little bit of the things that are coming out from the alleged account from her. She's had a string of strange behavior for the past couple of weeks. But
yeah. And according to TMZ, she was previously put under involuntary hold under Florida's Baker Act and lost custody of her 10-year-old child. The order bars her from any in-person phone, video, text, email, or third-party communication with that child until further order from the court. That is telling to me because do you know how much a woman has to do in order to lose custody of her child? Women get away with a lot before they take custody from a mom and give it to a dad, which is what happened here. In October 2025, court records show that a person named Ivana Ortiz filed an emergency petition seeking a temporary injunction against Live Nation in the city of Orlando in the Kia Center in connection with a Billie Eilish concert. In the filing, Ortiz alleged she would suffer, quote, "immediate and irreparable harm if the concert proceeded," citing noise and traffic concerns. She also questioned whether a noise waiver have been filed and asked the court to block the event. She's set to be arraigned on Tuesday, or the announcement for her arraignment is set to come out today on Tuesday.
From like the little clips and videos I've seen from her alleged social media page, she seems unwell. Like that's the one thing, and even from like reading this report, I'm like, I don't think this lady is all the way there. Particularly like you said, losing your kid. Like I feel like you have to do a lot to get there. There was also a couple of videos about her talking about Cardi B's concert and being like, I'm the cutest. Like saying like Cardi B couldn't do her concert because she was very cute, and like even the way she's talking and responding, I'm like, I don't think this person is like necessarily connected to the same reality we're in, and so like it's like it makes me sad. I really want to understand the connection to Rihanna. I also saw a couple of posts about like her saying like it was like a meme about like Drake finding out something about Rihanna. It's like she seems to be attached to that. Not attached. I don't think she knows any of these people in real life. She's attached
herself.
Yeah, she has attached herself to these celebs in lots of different ways. I don't know. I hope this lady gets help. I hate that this is how she is receiving help. I'm hoping that the criminal justice system is giving her help. But it just feels like scary, and particularly scary for Rihanna. Like I imagine being at home, you're washing the dishes, you're like, oh, whatever, and then all of a sudden, gunshots, not outside. You know what I mean? Like what?
Mind you, okay, so an AR-15 is a long barrel rifle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, big gun.
And an assault rifle. I think that's what AR stands for.
Yes, absolutely.
An assault rifle is not a pistol. It's not handheld. You can't easily put it out a window and pull a trigger and it'll just fire. You have to have your body behind it.
Correct.
So she had to like have that in her shoulder, or if she was shooting it in a proper way, but she probably wasn't. But you know what I mean? Like in order to even go toward, it's a 2-hand gun. In order to even go toward Rihanna's house, she had to have that big old gun out the window with her shoulder behind it, and she shot 10 rounds. Yeah, that is a lot. So she had to. It's a lot of kickback on that gun. It is a lot of kickback.
I also, while Beverly Crest, like looking at where that is, and Sherman Oaks are not too far from each other, it's not close enough to where I'm like, you got there quick. Like I'm like, for you to shoot like that with an AR-15, I feel like, how did you get out of the neighborhood? Like,
isn't that crazy?
That's what I'm saying. She got far enough to where I'm like, whoa, I feel like you should have been immediately apprehended because like, what the fuck?
Mind you, she pulled up in a white Tesla with paper plates, so it's not like she didn't have a license plate. Like she pulled up in a rather conspicuous car, not conspicuous for Beverly Hills, but you know what I mean, like a visible, like didn't have scratched out plates, like you were at 1:30 p.m. broad daylight.
Jesus
How did you make it to Sherman Oaks?
Well, also, I remember there were reports initially, like, I think it was just misreports where they were saying Beverly Grove, which is very different
funny.
than Beverly Hills. Yeah,
Beverly Hills or Beverly Crest. Beverly Grove is much different.
Yeah, exactly. like the idea that like Rihanna's just like chilling out in Beverly Grove.
Rihanna's in Beverly Grove in a duplex.
Like, right, exactly. Why? She's just sitting. She's like walking over to the Cheesecake Factory every once in a while.
Very much,
like,
right.
That's where she is. But yeah, very scary situation. I hope Rihanna, like, she's got to be shaken by this. I mean, having your home be attacked. I'm seeing videos of like the TMZ or like the Celebrity Homes tour. They go by her house, and she's a pretty open celebrity, so there are video clips of fans on those buses coming by, and like she'll go out and wave. Like, it's not it's not very common to see Rihanna, but like it's not unheard of that she is at the door and goes, "Oh, hey y'all!" Like, what? So it's scary to know that like her home is so known because those tours go by that like it's not this lady figuring it out is very easy, and that feels not okay. I think we got to leave people. We got to leave people alone, but like I don't even think those celebrity home tours should exist.
I agree. That's accessible. So invasive. Yeah. That is way too invasive. I can't imagine being a celebrity. Even me as a normal person who sometimes shows up on the internet, I'm like, yeah, y'all don't need to know too much about me for real. I'll tell you a little stuff here and there, but
at least about your home. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine living in a non-gated community or something that's easily accessible by the street.
To be fair, how many gated communities are in LA? Like in the actual city? Like I know what you're saying, and that's why they have like those. Like, 'cause if you look at the photos of her home, it is like a huge security wall. And most of the homes have like individuals as opposed to like a community that is gated in. And I think that's what they do. Because I'm like, how many? Can you think of like gated communities in the city? I can't.
I can think of one. I can think of a couple. There's one by me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, there's one by me. There's a few gated communities. Okay. For sure.
Yeah.
There's one by the Grove, like near Fairfax. There's one by me. And so I have to imagine that there are ones in better neighborhoods. You know what I mean? That I just have not necessarily come across.
Maybe
I don't be over there.
That's it. And,
hey, I'll be over there
because I can afford to live there.
Feel
and
me?
then they're like, you don't need to be here. You don't know because you're not invited.
At the end of the day, they're like, yeah, you wouldn't know about our gated communities, brokey. Actually, so
exactly. Yeah. I guess I'm like, I know that they have security walls, and I think that helps. But obviously now I'm like, shit, she might have to move. I mean, fans. Behavior can be quite scary. I think that there's a certain level of fame that just doesn't seem fun. And then I think particularly when you're a mom, that is just like, this is, I feel like you have to be shaken by this, you know?
You guys can't see safety concerns.
No.
And toxic behavior.
I know. Speaking of toxic behavior, I feel like fans have been all over the place this week. The Heated Rivalry cast, they had to release statements talking about fans' toxic behavior. So Hudson Williams and Francis Arnault from Heated Rivalry, they both released their statements on Instagram yesterday. Their statement reads, "Don't call yourself a fan if you share racist, homophobic, biphobic, misogynistic, ageist, ableist, parasocial, bigoted comments of any kind. None of us need your hateful, quote-unquote, love. We all accept and love each other and are on the same side. If you can't accept that, get the fuck out of here." Now,
period.
Yeah, I love that. So this was from just the two stars. Connor hasn't released it as of yet, but I'm assuming is aligned with them. They all are very close. Heated Rivalry blew up last fall. It's about these gay hockey players. Hudson Williams plays Shaden Hollander, who is an Asian Canadian hockey player, and he's also Asian Canadian in real life. And he particularly has received quite a few anti-Asian slurs on X. Yeah, so that is where like that's been going since the show kind of started. Like the two stars, Connor Stories and Hudson Rivalry, are in love in the show, and then there's just a toxic little community of people who like really love Connor, and like there's like white supremacy there. In terms of the fans are like, he's white and they want him with a white person, so they don't like Hudson Williams, and so they will throw anti-Asian slurs at him. And then they also claim that he is hanging out with his co-stars, in quotations, for clout. And I'm like,
hanging out with his coworkers, the people that he has the same level of acclaim and fame with, because they came out around the same time.
So Connor Stories was like doing SNL, and then like there's photos of him supporting Hudson, supporting Connor. There are photos of them like going out afterwards, and people are saying he's doing it for clout, and I'm like, that's his friend, like literally his friend. Like, what are you
like? Both of their lives were changed in an instant, the same instant together. Yeah,
and it would make sense that Connor would want him there. He's like, we did this together. Please be here with me because we are going through this insane thing. No one knew this was going to happen. We were just doing a show, and now this is like very big. We are both like, Connor was literally like waiting tables a year ago, and so he's like, of course I want someone I know to be with me. So yeah, that's weird. Francis Arnault, who is an older, famous French-Canadian actor, he plays Scott Hunters, who's a veteran hockey player on the show. He's gotten disturbing messages after fans speculate that he was dating his fellow co-star Connor Story because they were seen in public together multiple times. So essentially, they were seen out and about, going to dinner, blah, 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 blah.
This is nuts.
It's like they're co-stars, and like nobody's mad at you when you go like get sweet greens with like Candace from accounting. You know what I mean? Like, oh, can I not go to? The other thing is like Francis is like he's come out as bisexual. Hudson has not come out, and I don't believe is queer. Connor has not officially come out. I do believe is queer, but like again, they have been thrusted into fame in a gay show, so like people are speculating about their sexuality, yada yada yada, and so I think people wanted those two to be dating. People were mad at Francis for being with him and like quote unquote dating Connor Story. Crazy, because they want Shane and Ilya to be together, and the fact that their characters are not together in real life, people are upset. Francis told the Toronto Star, I think it's a lot of younger fans who don't really understand the difference between reality and fiction. And I just think it's, again, these parasocial relationships that people have, and you can't separate, like, those are actors playing characters, and, like, they may be in love, and maybe I love that love story, but that doesn't mean that these two people have to be in love, or like what? Like they can hang out and exist.
They don't know
in
you,
a world. They don't.
You don't
know
own
you.
them. You don't. They don't have to be together because you ship certain people together. They don't have to not be together because you don't like them being together. They don't have to stop hanging out because you feel a way about it. Fan culture and stan culture has gotten to a very scary ownership level where it's like if you're my main girl, you know, and I mean girl in any gender, if you're my main girl, you can't do anything that I disagree with or disappoints me because, well, my identity is tied to yours. Baby, I don't know you.
100%. I think the internet has made it worse because you feel like you know the celebrity because you see them more often in like the social media era, and then on top of that you can find other people who feel the same way as you because standom can be our identity because the internet brings people together on various things. But if you're like, my whole identity is heated rivalry right now and my whole identity is like Shane and Ilya, so I have to be with him, you can find a bunch of people who feel the same way. And then yes, the moment that Shane is out with Scott, you are like, how dare that, you feel upset. And I'm like, I need people to get hobbies. I need you to go find some real life connections and find identities outside of other people.
Feel me?
This goes celebrity or not, because even if it's like your identity can't even be your partner. I feel like that's a whole separate thing. Right. But your identity cannot be wrapped up in someone else, real or otherwise. You have to find something that is whole for yourself. Otherwise, you end up in situations like this where you're mad about something that doesn't matter. I'm like,
and you look crazy.
You do. I'm like, even if Francis and Connor were dating, like they are adults and can do that. Like they still are actors, and then they will go do their job and date other people in the show and love the show. You can love it, please go love the show. But once it's over, let it. It cannot emotionally affect you like that. It simply cannot.
It really shouldn't. It's not healthy, especially not big grown adults. You know, like it's one thing for children to feel like their identities are wrapped up in these, people, celebrities that they don't really know because, well, they don't really have anything to do. You know, they go to school and they talk about pop culture. Me, as I had talked about pop culture every day and don't go to school and don't have a job. But you know what I mean? Like, you got to find some business. You have to find some business. That's all.
Yeah. I feel like current celebrity is scary to me because I think in the past there were like gates away from how often you saw somebody. You maybe saw them pop up in a magazine. You would see them on Heated Rivalry in the fall. The show will go off air. You might see them pop up at an award show. You might see them in a magazine, and that was kind of it. And I think you could have a level of like, you had to find something else to do with your time. Like you're like, oh, I guess this is over. Like I think now because you, like you're saying, you don't have anything else to do, so you're just like wrapped up in it, and it makes me sad.
And you can fall into a rabbit hole for forever because the internet makes all of their information readily available. So you can find out, were any paparazzi pictures of Rihanna available yesterday?
Yeah.
Was she out yesterday? What was she doing? Wow, what's that background? It looks like she's on Beverly Boulevard.
And
Wait.
people
I wonder
do
if she
that.
100%.
Have you seen those accounts of like people being like, "Oh yeah," like there's someone whose whole account. I hope he is not creepy. He'll be like, "Yeah, if you just send me a photo of whatever, I'll figure out where you are." And
100%. I've seen that. It's scary.
It was a girl who took a photo in a hotel room, and he was like, "Yeah, I noticed these plates on your back thing, and I knew you said you were in London, so I was like, where in London has this hotel has these plates?" And then I know only 3 hotels have them, and then looking at this window, it's coming from the west, so you must be at this location. And I'm like, that is
so scary.
And it's like,
it is so scary.
I think he's doing it to show people how accessible you are.
He is,
which is good, but I'm like, that means the fact that he's doing it publicly, there are probably at least 10 more people who are not doing it publicly.
100%.
And will come find you.
100%.
Scary.
Speaking of, did you see that there was like a black lady months ago on TikTok who received a very racist, disgusting comment on her TikTok?
I did.
And she spent like a couple hours finding who that person was that left that comment, because they use like some type of obscure fake name or something. Found out who was actually behind it, where they worked, drove 2 hours. Drove 2 hours. She was like, "Oh, that's actually really close." Yeah, actually pulled up, recorded it the whole time.
Yeah.
Was like, "Oh, is so and so here?" And they were like, "Yeah, he's here." They bring so and so down. "Are you so and so?" "Yeah, I'm him."
And
do you recognize this comment that you left? He said he was real shaky crying up then. He didn't have much to say. But he was big Twitter fingers before that.
And then she was literally like, "You see how easy it was for me to look at this and find out where you are? You see," I think she even goes on to be like, "You lucky I wasn't crazy. Because like, I could have done
debatable.
Something else." I mean, right. I'm like, doing this is crazy enough, but I guess she was right that she wasn't ... crazy because she's like, I could have done something else but being here. But yeah, I'm like, woof. Spooky, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Get rid of parasocial relationships overall. We gotta kill the parasocial relationship. It's a wrap on that.
Go meditate. Go do something else.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I want you all spending your time listening to great debates, great discussions, kind of like here on Freshly Popped.
I love that.
That's all we have for you today. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social pages at Freshly Popped. We'd love to keep this conversation going with you. How do you feel about parasocial relationships? Chat with us. Give us 5 stars on social platforms and talk to us on Spotify, and we will keep this combo going with you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. You've been popped.